Hello to all my viewers again, this is Sweet Chat Gaming here, and this video is a tips and tricks tutorial video for the best dribbling moves so far that I found on 2K16. And I was up since 2K16 got released trying to find all these great crossover moves, and I truly believe it'll help your game exponentially. So first to get started, we're going to need to go to your menu and go to Signature Styles. And you're going to need to change your ISO crossover to number 3, ISO behind the back to number 7, and ISO spin to number 7 as well. And then you're going to scroll over to the right. You're going to change your ISO size up cross to, I believe it's John Wall, yeah. Then you're going to go to the left. ISO size up inside out is Kemba Walker. And go to the left again. Signature size up is going to be size up number 52. So this first crossover is not that hard to do, and it's more efficient in online game modes such as Park, Pro-Am, and not so much in my career. And this crossover is supposed to be used in transitional opportunities. So if you're dribbling the ball on a fast break, that's when you use this crossover. And to do it, you're holding down turbo while you're on the fast break and running down the court. Once you want to do the crossover, you let go of turbo and you flick your right joystick from the ball hand to the non-ball hand. So if you're dribbling the ball with your right hand, you're going to flick your joystick to the left. And then once you do that, you're going to flick your joystick away from the basket. So you cross over to the right to left, and then you dribble behind your back. And this gives you a lot of space when you're playing online versus opponents.
Now here's Freak. 3 points for him. A stupendous finish in traffic. Freak's got 10.
So for the second crossover, it's not that hard. It just has a little bit of timing that you need to get down. So a bit of practice in the gym. And I like to do this move when I'm on the right side of the court, as you can see, and I'm dribbling the ball with my right hand. So when I want to do the crossover, I'm going to move the right joystick from the right to the left in a clockwise motion, so in a circular motion. And then it's going to do a pretty cool animation where you turn your back to the basket, and this is where the timing part comes in. Once you do that animation, you're going to hold turbo, and then you're going to move your left analog stick toward the basket, and that's how you do the second crossover.
The passion, the energy, I mean the competitiveness and that hunger and drive to succeed and show what you have.
Don't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
And with that,
the third crossover is also fairly easy to do, and it's pretty similar to the second crossover, except I like to do it at the top of the key and the ball is on my left hand. So to trigger this crossover, you're going to hold turbo while you're standing still and flick your right analog stick to the left to the ball hand. And then you're going to let the animation play out. And then once it's over, the timing issue comes in again. And you're going to hold turbo and you're going to move your left analog stick to the right. And if you get the timing right, it'll look something like this.
in at the 4 spot.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of...
So for the fourth crossover, I actually found it pretty hard to master. It's also similar to the third one, but on this time, I'm going to line up on the left side of the court, and the ball is going to be dribbling with my left hand. So to trigger the crossover, I'm going to hold turbo, and I'm going to flick my right analog stick away from the ball. So I'm going to flick it to the right. And then after the animation is done, the timing is hard to get, but once you do get it, once you practice it and you know when to break out of the animation, what you're going to do is hold your turbo button again and move your left analog stick towards the basket. And that's how you do the crossover. So the final crossover is similar to the second, third, and fourth one where you trigger an animation and then you break out of it with a sprint. So to do this one, I like to stay at the top of the key while I'm dribbling the ball with my left hand. And to trigger the crossover, I'm going to hold turbo while I'm standing still, and I'm going to flick the right joystick towards the basket. And then I'm going to let my animation play out. And in terms of timing, when the person dribbles the ball through his legs, I'm going to hold my turbo stick and I'm gonna move my left analog stick towards the basket. And that's how you do this crossover, as you can see.
People often underestimate just how important leadership is. You know, there's no stat for that, but guys like Chris.
Thanks for sticking all the way to the end of the video. Make sure you leave a like to show your support and to tell me that I should make more tips and tricks videos like this. And make sure you don't forget to subscribe so when I do put videos up like this that are very helpful, you don't miss out on them. Thanks, and have a nice rest of your day.
Okay.